Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and this article is from 4 days ago. So, we have this headline: Feminist groups calls for total ban on ecchi. It's not art, it's just softcore. And I see you're degeneracy, so what's your fucking problem? Yeah, you don't try to argue with these morons. You tell them, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Ah, yeah, you try to ban them, yeah, I'm going to ban you too. Ah, you don't like it? Well, it's reciprocity. Sadly, you know how nowadays with these politicians, especially depending on when you are, if they are leftards, yeah, they are going to side with the feminists because they are the useful idiots. But well, I'm ranting already before even reading the whole article here. So, activists pressure streaming services to remove fan service focused anime. What do you mean, like 95, 99%? Because even with the most tame stuff, this still has some fan service. Even hand holding, they see that as heresy. They are like the Black Templars from Warhammer, man. It's not funny. A wave of activism has erupted as the several international feminist organizations jointly launched a campaign to ban ecchi anime from mainstream streaming platforms. Man, Argentina actually had a similar problem but with their TV stations before voting this guy Javier Milei and actually going full libertarian. Their economy is getting better. They are fighting back the fucking leftards. They are cloning on them day and night. Their their money is actually getting better after the whole shit show that they did. The fucking communists ruined them so much and they are getting on track. And I mention this because, well, with all left-wing ideologies in current day from the West, it also involves feminism, and feminism was just in a very shitty position. And yeah, they one of the samples that yeah they wanted to exert powers towards against men to just to shit on them was banning Dragon Ball Z. They actually banned Dragon Ball Z in 2021 because the feminists said, yeah, it's the male fantasy, women are endangered. They use these lame excuses every single time because at the end of the day it's just subversion. They hate men so much that even they're willing to hurt other women just to cheat on men, to just to destroy them. And well, Dragon Ball Z got back in track in Argentina. Yeah, that was something that everyone astonished that yeah they went against something like this. Only after Javier Milei say, you know what, fuck this feminist bullshit. He defunded the hell out of that fucking hellhole organizations in his country. But moving on. The movement name, No More Fan Service. I ranted so much that, that yeah, they look how they want to take away everything good from anyone else, especially we have seen from Japan. And I already said it that yeah, fan service. They when they heard the word fan service, they always think like the edgy scenes. But in reality, fan service can mean anything that is appealing to a certain fan base by doing some certain scenes, certain shows, certain content. For example, in horror movies, the gore. You remember when back in the time within the US when they used to produce decent stuff, especially with horror movies like Friday 13, Jason Bourne. Well, Jason Bourne is from Friday 13, yeah. The what is the Freddy Krueger and many more. Pinhead, Hellraiser was one of the most goriest ones. Yeah, and yeah, Hellraiser is one of the best examples. The is fan service at the end of the day because it's appealing to the ones that like to see gore. But yeah, it's the fucking hypocrisy that I can't stand that they tell you, oh, this is immoral. But why? You're just seeing how this guy is getting his skin ripped off and being dismembered. But well, seeing some pantsu, seeing some titties, Even if they are not having the there, you're going to call this is just enough. This is bullshit. You know. They always use is no more fan service. And then the doesn't stop there. Anything that you remotely that they have when they have that power trip, yeah, they go and take the full mile. Yeah, that's the best word I can think of right now. So continue on. Directly target series known for sexualized content, arguing they normalize the objectification of women under the guise of animation. Hey, only fools exist. As long as a fucking platform like Only Fools still exists, the the ones doing the objectification and women. Oh hey, I want to see you go against women. Yeah, and it's not going to happen, but it's hilarious to see you read when everyone points that to you. Their demands has sparked uproar through the anime community. The campaign leads organizations cite anime like prison schools, high school DxD, and Loveru as egregious offenders. The most common ones, yeah. I know other ones, but yeah, no, yeah, I would rather not tell them to them. Egregious offenders is a formal letter to send to Netflix and Crunchyroll. The groups are that edgy content falls to other artistic or narrative merit. Is artistic and it also has narrative. Because yeah, if you want to push like titties and doing like nothing, there is tons of hentai games that can do that for quite cheaper, a very cheap price. So yeah, you know, they don't have a brain. Feminists don't have a brain other than yeah that instinct to shit on everything, and instead thrive of the exploitation of female bodies for males' pleasure. I have seen ecchi content that is dedicated to Yuri fans, you know? Now you're going to say this is for men, but well, Yuri is homosexual at the end of the day. Sure, you can say some men watch that stuff, and I'm not cheating on them because they make it so hot that they are going to like seeing those girls. But at the end of the day, Yuri is homosexuality. So, yeah, they don't have anything other than repeating the same fucking shitty talking points that they always use in their propaganda. Platforms under fire, plans push back. You know, even I have to say, they're sending these letters to Netflix and Crunchyroll. You know, fucking Crunchyroll, how fucking dog shit that platform it is. If they do that, oh, I will gladly see how they just continue on just in their downward spiral when the content that everyone else will willing to pay. But well, I have to. I maybe I'm contradicting myself. Why would you give money to a platform that it already doesn't give you the full content that you like? Even like I rented, like I remember, I'm fucking old at this point. 7 years ago, I tried to watch Steins Gate Zero, and it would say, "Oh, Crunchyroll is doing advertisement." Well, and you're not going to pay you, but I'm just going to wait until it is the time to catch on with the episodes. And when I try to see that shit, it says, this content is not available on your platform." And then I found out that some of the reasons why certain shows are not broadcasted in certain regions is because the mass sensibility bullshit. You know, Crunchyroll, they have employees that hate their customers with a burning passion. Yeah, it's very evident, and we have seen that all over the years that have passed by since then. They you don't support those platforms. And even I have to say, yeah, go to Seven Seas. If you want to support your main content creator, you have to find ways to buy their merchandise directly or the manga in Japanese if you are lucky and wealthy enough. So continue on. Activist claims these shows are accessible to underage viewers. They have an age restrictions. Its parents not doing the job. Or parents don't give a fuck, whatever comes first, because you know there is show to show. So, at least you say underage, like what, 17, 16? You know, even how recent standards for Japan, they start seeing ecchi content at the age of 13, if I'm not mistaken, because there is stuff that they make, and that's why overseas we enjoy it so much, manga and anime, and the West just stopped doing good stuff. So yeah, even using this excuse as think of the children, they are retarded, man. And bypass age restrictions due to the anime medium being perceived as harmless or comedic. Well, I have to say, yeah, in this one I have to agree to a certain degree. Parents usually think, oh, well, they're just drones, it's just cartoons, it's just for children. Cartoons, all cartoons are for children. Ah, man, if you have seen stuff from Newgrounds, if you actually go watch the hentai stuff, the animations, that some of them are the most degenerate, but with the chef's kiss. Yeah, that's kind of misjudgment. Is at the end of the day, parents' fault, not them. Sure, yeah, they can be a little cheeky bastards there that want to see the good stuff before they are actually having the age. But it becomes a problem when they try to participate in the community. Now, if you see an underage kid or person and in adult stuff, nah, keep them out. They are going to ruin it and they are going to make a lot of trouble. So continue on. You won't allow this in live action teen shows. Why is okay in anime? Precepts to down, man. We have seen like action teen shows just doing with the food fetish. You know who I'm referring? Fucking Nickelodeon. Ah man, they just stupid. So said one campaign sports person in an interview with the Big Black Cock News. In response, fans across platforms like Reddit and X, Reddit is useless, use X, accuse the movement of cultural imperialism and misunderstanding the nonsense of Japanese animations. Exactly, that's the mindset. Yeah, they want to push cultural imperialism. Feminism is cultural imperialism. On top of that, there is cultural Marxism. And on top of that is a fucking toxic ideology that is designed to depopulate a nation because they make women so fucking ghoulish, thinking that, yeah, let, let's make women more entitled than they already are. Let's see how society collapses. So continue on. Supporters argue that ecchi is a long-standing genre tied to satire, sexual expression, and comedic exaggeration rather than pornography. Because it is. It is, or even I have to say sexual expression. You can actually make good stuff from that. You know, like yeah, she already doesn't have clothes because she always gets stripped because someone is slicing her body because those kind of plots that get and escalate quickly, just like reading the manga Claymore. It's a very good example of that, if I'm being honest. Just well, maybe not a good sample, but it's an example that you can use because well, at the end of the day, is what the author creates. That's why everyone enjoys anime and enjoys manga. At least the ones that really want to see the good stuff, and they search hard enough. One user posted, if you don't like it, don't watch it, but don't police what others enjoy, especially when it's clearly labeled and separated. Yeah, very well said. Others pointed out that Japan already has strict content ratings, and viewers globally have tools to filter or avoid such a content. Exactly, they already have it, but at the end of the day, it's just a power trip. Let's not fool ourselves. They want this power trip because, yeah, drifting towards all of this shit show, yeah, they will gladly have that. Industry quiet but watching. While no major platform has issued an official statement, industry insiders told the Japan Times that discussions are underway behind the scenes. Licensing companies worry about bad press but are equally concerned about alienating loyal audiences. This is not a conversation. You either give your customers what you want or you go out of business. How that's fucking hard to understand. Look what happened with video games in Japan. They destroyed themselves towards wokeness because wokeness. They were heading towards wokeness. Say, oh yeah, this is Westerners and probably Japanese how this is going to want. You go fuck yourself. Now China, South Korea, and Italy your lunch. Some creators have pushed back, defending their work as a form of stylized, exaggerated fiction. Even exaggerated fiction, you don't even need to use that one. Just by this one alone, it's fiction. Go fuck yourself. You fucking mentally retarded piece of shit. Continue on. There's a difference between titillation and harm. Brown one edgy manga artist in a now battle expose. You don't have to like it, but it's a part of an artistic spectrum. As petitions rack up thousands of signatures and content warning systems face scrutiny, the outcome of this movement may redefine what international audiences can access. For now, the future of ecchi anime hangs in the balance. Caught between rising social responsibility? Nah. Social responsibility, my ass, is already classified as, well, heading towards adult content. You can have ecchi stuff for teenagers too. So if you got away like action timing in, but with hentai stuff, you can make an argument that yeah, that one is not for kids at all. There is already the age restrictions. You don't have to put with even more. They either respect that and of the parents, yeah, start putting the burden of the parents. Shit on the parents. They rightfully deserve to be shitting on for not doing properly their job. And the content is and the fight to preserve creative liberty. Manga anime, I have high hopes for them to survive. Video games, they are a lost cause. I already said why. And I have seen people pointing out that there is more and more anime with ecchi content being produced once again because they realize, yeah, we are going to go out of business if we are not giving our customers what they want. And the customers are supporting the stuff they like in Japan. But when you use platforms like Netflix and Crunchyroll, excuse me, Walkflix and Crunchycrack, they don't support the shows. They just do this licensing, pay a already existing determined fee, and the rest of the profit they make on the West, they just keep it to themselves. They are also helping to choke the anime industry to death. That's why I keep saying, yeah, at this point, the normies, yeah, they don't deserve sympathy. But well, as long as they are continuing on, and yeah, they need to get the cultural battle because if you don't give it, hey, you are going to lose this. Look what we already lost with video games. We don't need to lose Japan when it comes to anime and manga. This is like the final strange here because even with the West, nah. Even if you demanded something like a comic, putting heterosexual monologue, well, the monologue. I forgot the word. Heterosexual couples. They don't go with this. Let's share my wife like a fucking cock. Yeah, nowadays you can't get that from the West. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share here with you for one. For well, for I hope you enjoy. Anyway, thanks for watching once again, and take care.